that real estate will, what's going to happen to it? If people or consumers or people who buy lands or do businesses or do construction, they know that this is going to be a hot spot in near future. You know, it's going to, the real estate for it will go up, it'll be worth a lot more money. So the buyers or the consumers, are they going to demand that land more or less? They're going to demand it more because they're expecting that the price of that real estate will go up. So it will increase the demand or shift the demand curve. So expectations can affect suppliers. Suppliers can hold the product if they know that the price will increase. Or if supplier knows that this price will actually go down, or the product, like let's say that gold sellers know that the price of gold is going to go down. You know, they're foreseeing it. They're expecting that price of gold is going to go down. They're going to supply and sell as much gold as possible before it goes down. So the supply of gold will increase. So expectation is one thing that can shift both supply curve and demand curve. Does everybody understand that? We're all going to get this right on the quiz. You're going to have multiple choice questions that are going to have complicated scenarios, and you're going to have to know if what's like the reason behind the change in what's the reason behind the shifting of supply. And it's one of the options, you know, it will be, is it expectation, is it what? So you'll all get that right. Do you have a question? Do you understand? What's your name? Kristen, are you following?
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll do more examples, but stop me if you have a question. Now the last one, or the sixth thing that can shift a demand curve, is taxes and subsidies. Subsidies. Taxes are just like costs for producers. To producers, taxes is just like a cost. It's something they don't want. Taxes is just like cost. Or you can even say cost of an input, right? If taxes increases, supply will decrease. And vice versa. If taxes decreases, supply increases. Okay? Subsidy is funds or money given by the government to programs that have a positive impact in society. So most of the time, community colleges, universities, state colleges, they all get subsidy from federal government or state government. It's extra money that government gives so for the benefit of the society, so that more students can enroll, so that more students have scholarships, so that these good organizations keep on functioning and keep on educating people. So that's subsidy, funds given by the government. So anytime there is an increase in subsidy, if subsidy increases, supply will increase. Or if subsidy decreases, supply will decrease. If US government stops subsidizing CCAC and other universities, like they will start shutting down because they really heavily depend on that money. So an increase in subsidy increases supply, decrease increases it. Okay? So these were the shifters of supply. Any questions so far? Okay, let me introduce you the market now. Together, supply and demand make a market. Wherever supply and demand meets at the cross section is the equilibrium price and the quantity. So now we have enough information to actually make our market and see what it looks like. So a normal market for any product or service looks like this. This is your price, your quantity. Supply is your increasing slope. Demand is your downward slope. Where they meet is your equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity. Equilibrium, God bless you, equilibrium is price at which quantity supply equals quantity demand. What we're going to see is that any deviation from this equilibrium point, if there is a deviation, market will naturally come back to its natural equilibrium point. So let's say that price increases or price decreases and quantity, so let's say that price decreases, so this is P1, and as a result, quantity demand increased and quantity supply, this is supply curve, quantity supply decreased. So there was a change in price, quantity supply decreases because sellers are supplying less product now. Quantity demand increased because it's cheaper and more people want to buy it. This is what happened as a result of decrease in price. Before we were at equilibrium, now we are at this point. This is called a shortage. Shortage meaning that the demand is way higher than the supply. Shortage, quantity demand is way higher than quantity supply. Happens when price goes down. Happens when price goes down. And we will pick up here unless you have a question on Friday. What? When price goes down. P, I just wrote P, but it's price.